The B-52 Stratofortress took flight in 1952, a Cold War titan built to carry nuclear bombs across continents. 70 years later, it's not just surviving, it's thriving, with a massive upgrade set to keep it dominating into the 2050s. From a makeshift prototype crafted in a Dayton hotel to a record the B-52 has outlasted flashier rivals like the B-2 Spirit and B-1 Lancer. How does a mid-20th century bomber stay vital in an era of stealth and hypersonics? In this video, we're diving into the B-52's epic journey, its unmatched combat legacy, and the high-tech overhaul that'll make it a cornerstone of US air power for decades. Buckle up, this is the story of a legend that refuses to quit. Born to counter the Soviet threat, the B-52 was Boeing's answer to the Air Force's call for a new nuclear bomber. By World War II, Boeing's B-17 and B-29 had proven their mettle, so when the Air Materiel Command demanded a B-36 Peacemaker replacement in 1945, Boeing was the obvious choice. The specs were brutal: 300 miles per hour at 34,000 feet, a 5,000-mile combat radius, 20 mm cannons, and 10,000 pounds of bombs, later upped to 400 miles per hour, 12,000 miles, and nuclear payloads. The debate over turboprop versus turbojet engines sparked heated arguments. General Howard Craig pushed for turboprops, citing jet fuel inefficiency, while General Curtis LeMay demanded jets, betting on airframe tweaks to fix range issues. LeMay also nixed the B-47's tandem cockpit for a side-by-side setup to cut pilot fatigue. In a legendary weekend at Dayton's Van Cleve Hotel, Boeing engineers, armed with hobby store balsa wood, crafted a B-52 prototype. Modeled on the B-47's 35-degree swept wings, it featured 8 engines in 4 underwing nacelles and bicycle landing gear with outrigger wheels. Painted silver, the balsa model won the military's approval. The first B-52 flew in April 1952, entered service in 1955 with the 93rd Heavy Bombardment Wing, and by 1957, 3 B-52s set a world record, circling the globe in 45 hours at 525 miles per hour. In 1962, a B-52 flew 12,532 miles from Japan to Spain without refueling, cementing its legacy. Today, the B-52H, the only variant in service, builds on the B-52G's airframe with Pratt & Whitney TF33P3 turbofans. Introduced in the 1960s, these engines boosted speed to 650 miles per hour, cruised to 509 miles per hour, and ranged to 8,800 miles, outpacing the B-36. A 20mm M61A1 Vulcan tail cannon, advanced capability radar, and low-altitude avionics made it a beast for post-Cold War missions. Nicknamed Buff, Big Ugly Fat Fellow, the B-52's 80.5% mission readiness rate crushes the B-1's 53.7% and B-2's 30.3%. In Iraq and Afghanistan, it delivered massive payloads, 70,000 pounds, supporting ground troops with unmatched reliability. The B-52's secret? Constant evolution. But to hit a century of service, it needs a radical upgrade: the B-52J. In 2020, the Air Force launched the Commercial Engine Replacement Program, CERP, seeking 608 new engines. Rolls-Royce's F-130, a BR-725 variant, won in 2021 with a $2.6 billion contract. Delivering TF-33 level thrust with 20–40% better fuel efficiency, the F-130 extends range beyond 10,000 miles. Test flights start in 2026, with full deployment by 2033. Despite calls for 4 engines, the Air Force kept 8 to avoid costly airframe redesigns, balancing efficiency and practicality. The B-52J's radar is a leap forward. The AN/APG-79B4 ASA, adapted from the FA-18 Super Hornet, replaces old mechanical arrays. It offers longer range, sharper accuracy, and resistance to jamming, plus battlefield awareness for targeting and electronic warfare. The nose sheds its 1970s electro-optical fairings, FLIR and low-light TV, for modern targeting pods like Lockheed's Sniper or Northrop's Lightning, mounted under the left wing. These pods enable precision strikes at low altitudes, crucial for dodging advanced defenses. Weapons are the B-52's teeth, and the J model sharpens them. New heavy stores pylons like Boeing's HER design carry 20,000 pounds per wing, supporting hypersonic missiles like the AGM-183A ARW. A 2024 test off Guam proved the ARRW's viability, though its 2025 cancellation stung. Still, The B-52J will wield the AGM-181 LRSO nuclear cruise missile, replacing the AGM-86 ALCM. With a 500-mile range, the LRSO penetrates S-400 class defenses, restoring the B-52's nuclear fangs. By 2024, Congress pushed to rearm 30 of 76 B-52Hs for nuclear roles, reinforcing the U.S. nuclear triad. Avionics are getting a 21st century overhaul. The B-52H's analog gauges and two small displays are dinosaurs. The B-52J swaps them for large digital screens, streamlining flight and targeting data. New computers automate tasks, easing crew workload. Upgraded GPS and inertial navigation ensure pinpoint accuracy, while comms tie into the JADC2 network, sharing real-time intel with F-35S, drones and satellites. The B-52J becomes a flying hub, coordinating strikes and relaying data across forces. The B-52's combat record is unmatched. In Desert Storm, it crushed Iraqi defenses. In Afghanistan, it dropped a third of all bombs early on. Its 70,000-pound payload dwarfs the B-2's 50,000 and B-21's 35,000. At $70,000 per flight hour, it's half the B-2's cost. The B-1's maintenance woes and the B-2's stealth, vulnerable to S-500 radars, can't compete. The B-21 Raider, while advanced, lacks the B-52's raw capacity. The $48 billion B-52J program, upgrading all 76 aircraft by the 2040s, ensures it outlives both. Challenges loom. The F-130's integration must be flawless. 8 engines add complexity. The AN/APG-79's advanced features demand robust software, and hypersonic weapons need new pylons to handle extreme loads. Nuclear rearming faces political pushback. The B-21's stealth focus might siphon funding. Yet the B-52's proven airframe, global supply chain, and crew loyalty, thousands have served on it, give it an edge. Its ability to loiter, carry massive payloads, and adapt keeps it vital against low-tech foes or peer adversaries like China. The B-52J isn't just a bomber, it's a symbol of endurance. From a balsa wood model to hypersonic missiles, it's evolved through sheer grit. Can it outshine the B-21 or reclaim its nuclear crown? Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you've served on a buff. Hit like, subscribe, and check our videos on the B-21 and hypersonics for more. The Stratofortress is ready for its next century.